I'm Rick Lewis with Phenom Hoop Report at the JMac Showcase. I'm with Coach Whit with Team Winston. Coach Whit, thank you for coming on board, and tell us a little bit about yourself and about Team Winston and the history and organization.
Thank you for having us, first of all. And I think we started around 2009 or 2010. My brother and my assistant coach actually started the program. And from there, we just kind of built it up. We ended up getting a main sponsor, Ron Bailey.
Right.
And then Andre Gould joined the staff, and then we just kind of built it year by year and just made it bigger and just kind of made it into what it is.
Now with Team Winston, the name Team Winston implies that most of your kids are from the Winston-Salem area.
Yes.
Your 16 and under team, in my opinion, is probably the best non-shoe company 16 and under team in the state. You got a very talented squad. Where's the majority of your players come from?
They are mostly from Winston-Salem. We have one guy from Radford, Virginia. Everybody else is from the Winston-Salem High Point area. The schools, most of the schools are Reynolds, Parkland, Mount Tabor, and Winston-Salem Prep.
Now the one kid from Radford, now, if I'm not mistaken, you played college basketball at Radford, correct?
I did. I think that's where the ties came from, Radford. We had a few guys in the past from Radford come and play for us, and I played college ball there for 4 years, and then went on to play professional overseas for 10 years. But that's where the Radford connection comes from.
Well, I noticed during the timeout the ball was loose. You picked up the ball and you shot a three-pointer and it went in. So I could tell you had a little game in you, Coach.
Yeah, I still want to play, so I'm trying to balance wanting to play and coaching.
Well, I think when we came out with the JMac Showcase, we talked with Coach McGinnis and we were talking about bringing the heat.
Yeah.
And you guys accepted the challenge.
We did.
And you wanted to come. And you wanted to compete, because this wasn't on your original schedule.
It wasn't.
So far your record for this event is 2-1. You've beaten?
We just beat Loaded and we beat Juice All-Stars.
Juice All-Stars.
We lost a close one to Team Charlotte.
And I must say the game last night, if anyone was here watching or watched it on Baller TV, the game last night between you guys and Team Charlotte was a classic.
It was.
It was one of the most entertaining, competitive games, and it came down to the wire. You guys had the lead and let it slip away, and they came back. Of course, their defense had a lot to do with it, and they came away with the win. But what impressed me more than anything, Coach, is although we have in travel ball, we have these rivalries, and we like to compete. The thing that impressed me yesterday more than anything was how well y'all competed, but at the same time played under control. And I think when I watched the game, that was the one thing I got from it. And I think I commented to you and Coach Johnson that I liked the way you competed, I liked the way you played hard, and y'all both had a chip on your shoulder. But after the game, y'all were all giving hugs.
I think that's a Winston-Salem and a Charlotte attitude, especially Team Winston and Team Charlotte, but just the kids from that area in general. We're usually tough, hard-nosed players. We're smart. We're competitive. But after the game, if you lose, you lose respectfully, and you know, as long as you know you fought and you know you gave it everything you had, you don't mind shaking the other team's hand after the game.
Absolutely,
and moving on from it.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of times where teams like yourself trying to get respect.
Yep.
And you've earned it.
Yep.
Because, in my opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion, there's no doubt in my mind that you guys, from what I've seen so far, I'll put you guys up against any 16 and under team in the state, shoe company or non-shoe company. You went head-to-head with Team Charlotte, and that game could have went either way.
Yep.
So I know how well your guys compete. And I think that speaks volume for your program, Coach, because 98% of your kids are from the Winston-Salem area.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about some of your top players from your team. And I know that's hard because I'm looking at the stat sheet, and it seems
we try
like
to play with balance. We do.
And you know what? I wrote down some notes here. And the one thing that I wrote, I was real impressed with your athleticism, the skill set, but most important, I'm impressed with your balance.
Yeah.
You have athletes that can take it to the rim. You got guys that can finish on the block. And then you have a guy like yesterday, Cade Card can come in and he knocked down 5 3-pointers.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about the makeup of your team.
Well, it's tough because we got a lot of guys that can do so much. So we're trying to build them into understanding that, on this team, 10 points might really mean 20.
Right.
8 points might really mean 16. And we're trying to get them to buy into it, and they have. They love sharing the ball. They love playing for and with each other. And I just told them if we can have that balance and always have different guys stepping up, we can compete with anybody. And that's what they've done.
Well, we've seen you at several Phenom events. Tell us a little bit about what you've been able to achieve through our Phenom platform.
It's probably been the best tournament for us. Every time we're at an event, we get the right coverage. We seem to play well at your events. We seem to compete, whether we win it or not. We always compete with the big teams. We're always excited to come to your events.
I think more importantly, Coach, that I take from this is when Coach McGinnis had the shout out, all the teams that come and compete, you were the one that first responded. And I think that got a lot of people's attention. But here's the good thing about it. A lot of people could have been here and didn't show up. You guys did. And you know what? You show you belong with all the shoe company teams, in my opinion. So I want to say thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And best of luck to you the rest of the summer.